There are a lot of important updates from the Tokmak direction. Russian sources admitted that Ukrainian forces advanced toward Novoprokopivka, Zaporizhia Oblast, established control over the last fields before the settlement, and entered the settlement. However, it was not the only settlement that Ukrainians entered in this direction. On the 25th of September, it was confirmed that Ukrainians also entered Verbove, Zaporizhia Oblast, and officially started the second big battle in this direction. Recently released combat footage by the Russian side revealed how a Ukrainian armored fighting vehicle was exiting Verbove. The vehicle got on a mine, which is why Russians published the video, but based on the practice with Western armored fighting vehicles, the crew likely survived. Since the vehicle was exiting the village, it successfully delivered additional assault units to the settlement, and Ukrainians got a foothold in the northern part of the settlement. Later, Ukrainian sources confirmed that Ukrainian forces managed to advance in this direction. Such an advancement was only possible because Ukrainians cleared almost all trenches and fortifications on the second line of defense around the village. As you can see, the supply road that Ukrainians used to deliver their assault units is located right between the two lines of fortifications. By establishing control over them, Ukrainians secured their flanks and gained some room for maneuver. But they also did not stop there and continued to widen the bridgehead. On the 25th of September, Ukrainian fighters from the 71st Brigade released a video showing how they were repelling a Russian counterattack after successfully capturing and clearing one more Russian trench network. Ukrainians rebuffed the attack and retained control over the newly captured positions, continuing the gradual but steady movement forward. On the 25th of September, Ukrainian drone operators spotted a platoon of Russian tanks on the Ukrainian flanks. At first glance, it seemed like Russians were preparing for a heavy counterattack. However, when the drone operator zoomed in, he revealed that these were inflatable balloons in the form of tanks. As it turned out, Russian forces tried to create a semblance of readiness and possibly force Ukrainians to relocate additional forces to protect their flanks instead of pushing Russians out of Verbove. Some analysts claimed the goal was to make Ukrainians use their shells on false targets. Still, Russians did not put any effort into believably masking them in this case. They just put them in the open, so Ukrainian reconnaissance teams immediately notice them and raise a false alarm. In the meantime, the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, confirmed that Abrams tanks had arrived in Ukraine. He said the Defense Ministry had already received the tanks and prepared them for reinforcing brigades conducting the counter-offensive operation. The modern Western tanks make a huge difference on the front due to their advanced guns with a range of 4 kilometers, allowing them to act like snipers. If a Ukrainian assault team faces difficulties with a particular fortification, it takes the tank about 8 minutes at maximum speed to get to the firing position and unload dozens of high-explosive shells while still being several miles away from the target, minimizing the chances of getting detected. This tactic proved to work, as the defenses were gradually breached while losses of these tanks were reduced almost to zero. And in Zaporizhia Oblast, a Ukrainian Leopard 2A6 passes AM2A2 Bradley IFV. Russian propagandist Skabayeva got an unwanted answer to the question if Poland would really reduce military aid to Ukraine. Well, she did thank him for his honest answer.
Если коротко, этот скандал может обернуться тем, что Польша в самом деле сократит поставки вооружений.
Ну, во-первых, за последние 1,5 года Украина с точки зрения польских интересов добилась невероятного результата. Ну, уже примерно год находимся в области не то что реализации плана, а просто воплощения мечты. Украина решила все наши стратегические проблемы. И в этом контексте нужно рассматривать все остальные тактические мелочи. Естественно, никакую поддержку никто никогда не прекратит, пока Украина будет выполнять ту функцию, которую выполняет, пока наши интересы будут полностью совпадать. Пока что на всех направлениях они совпадают, поэтому нет никаких предпосылок для того, чтобы прекращать. Каждый день того, что Украина стирает силы России, увеличивает польскую роль в регионе и в целом меняет механику международных отношений во всей Центральной и Восточной Европе.
Спасибо хотя бы за честность.
Russian propaganda tried to convince people that the commander of the Black Sea Fleet didn't die in the attack on Sevastopol. So they aired a footage of a military meeting with Defense Minister Shoigu. But as everything else that Russians do, this video is also a mess. There is no doubt that the RIA video is edited. It contains two Shoigus. One with glasses and papers, and the other, with the footage of Sokolov, has neither during one speech. The lip sync does not match either. Like the videos with Kadyrov, Russians are caught in cover-up again. The secret Ukrainian drone works. Company of Unmanned Strike Aircraft Systems, Achilles of the 92nd Assault Brigade in the Bakhmut direction hit 3 units of the enemy's equipment with the help of drones with night optics, destroyed. Tanks, T-80 BVM T-72B, damaged, 122mm D-30 artillery gun. The total value of the affected equipment is more than $7 million. Last night, the Russians launched a drone strike on the Ukrainian Kulbakino airbase in Mykolaiv, most likely using Iranian Shahed 136 or Lancet drones that were launched from occupied Crimea or Kherson, respectively. As a result of this strike, one MiG-29 was destroyed and one Il-76 was damaged. Another, or possibly the same, MiG-29 was seen being damaged by a Lancet FPV drone in a video released by the Russians last week. The deployment of these aircraft to this base is a fairly recent event. One can only speculate why they were deployed so close to the front. The below video was taken by a Russian Orlan-10 reconnaissance drone which, for some unknown reason, flew unmolested over the airfield conducting damage assessments after the strike.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week, it's 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.